I call this one my adult autistic superpowers. Vanish, like Schrödinger's weird cat. 'Cause they do, and then they don't, and then they do, and then you get the idea. Phone's ringing. I roll over, crack one eye, peek out a window into glaring sun. Noon? Phone's still ringing. Woke me up, but I can't face it. One of those days. Autistic burnout. Been in bed 18 hours. So far. It's 1988. I wait for the answering machine to do its thing. Sigh, push the button, then...
What's the fucking deal?
Screaming on the other end. I'm writing copy for a catalog. Dave, the guy leaving the message, trying to sell new age crystal jewelry to folks who already have too much money on their hands. And at the moment, he's not feeling that universal harmony vibe.
What's the holdup? We gotta go to press. No more excuses, Nap. We gotta go to press.
Quick breath, then motors on.
You came highly recommended. Prize-winning copy, my ass. You want a bender? Drugs?
One final hiss.
Call me now.
Then bangs the phone down in my ear. I'm 2 weeks late delivering copy. Got a hefty advance, so I got no excuse. My solution? I yank the plug out of the machine, roll back over, never call him back. Not booze, not drugs, just a little old autistic variability. See, I got this problem with commitment. I can never predict when or if I'll get any project, any promise done, because I never got a clue what I can do when. Ever hear of Schrödinger's cat, that physics thought experiment? There's this cat in a box, and you can't tell if it's alive, not without peeking. Something about quantum particles popping in and out of existence. I hard relate with that cat. This character, you know, Johnny Profane AU, what I like to call my functional better half, phases in and out of existence. You know, like quantum shit. So call me Schrödinger's autist? That's a mouthful. Is the cat alive in the box? Am I? Never know for sure at any particular moment. Pros call it autistic variable ability. So bland, so clinical, so professionally obtuse. What's variable ability feel like? My skills, energy, focused interest, they materialize and vanish at whim, like ghosts. Yanking my autistic life up, down, sideways, a crazed puppetmaster jerking my strings. How's that feel? From this side of the box? Inside? Frightening, crazy making, maddening, unfair. Like a brown, specifically not too good, acid trip that just won't end, no matter how many shots they give you. Over and over, year after year, career after career. Not every adult autistic person has this problem, not even all 70% of us who are also ADHD. Links in transcript. But for some of us, it wrecks careers, withers relationships, ends lives. Getting things done on a schedule, total pipe dream for me. Papers for school, business plans for vulture capitalists, applications for food stamps, favors for friends, honey-do lists for, well, honeys. Even among the weird, I imagine I'm legendary. Now, burnouts, shutdowns, variable abilities, so common, they're like autistic folklore. A lot of chatter about them, but it's not clear whether we should lump them all together. An autistic shutdown? For a few minutes, hours, maybe days, I need to seek out quiet, darkness, and rest. No work, no contact. Sometimes it's an immediate response to one overwhelming event. Sometimes it builds over time. My mind, body, and heart exhausted. Now, burnouts, an intense, long-lasting exhaustion. Weeks, months, years. Most autists report a general shutdown, impacting work, social contact, and home life. Trust me. But sometimes I lose just one specific skill, as if a single brain center fritzed out. Example, the times I can't speak, sometimes for hours. Pros call this selective mutism, or many now say situational mutism, which seems more accurate, less judgmental to me. But like speaking, I can lose other vital adult skills for moments, weeks, months. Like musician me, days before a gig, sitting on a stool, hugging my guitar of 10 years. For the life of me, I can't remember how to play it or sit and hold it. That time freaked me out so much, I gave up live performance for a few years. Or back in 2005, techno geek me startles my second wife. She's sitting in the recliner next to me. I shout out, "I can't remember how to use this damn thing." Frantic, I'm waving my Palm Pilot in the air, a device I'd been getting paid to code apps for the last 2 years, till I missed one too many deadlines and lost the contract. Lost the wife, too. At times, I forget how to walk. Out of the blue, my posture and gait demand intense focus to maintain. Are these all the same thing? Even related? There's precious little research on variable ability. Maybe it's a specific kind of exhaustion of speech, social, or other brain centers. Maybe it's psychological, inhibitions born of trauma. Trauma is endemic in our autistic community. I experienced physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. For that matter, I was in what many call a cult, what I call spiritual abuse. But I can't suss it out from my side of the skin. Are these waves and troughs of functionality different from other trauma survivors? Maybe it's what some pros call adult autistic regression, which may be like childhood autistic regression, when a kid temporarily loses speech or social skills, usually during stress or illness. Maybe, just maybe, this is an area researchers could really improve our lives in. Instead of precisely measuring milliseconds of eye contact. Heard of the monotropic hypothesis? It was developed by actually autistic scholars. In their experience, autistic minds focus on only one or two things at a time and have difficulty switching from one to another. They use this insight to illuminate autism. Links in transcript. It might explain my personal experience if I extend it beyond thoughts, tasks, and perceptions to abilities, maybe entire brain centers of activity. See, I experience my mind as a bunch of competing, quasi-independent centers, senses, emotions, intellect, internal awareness, language, sense of self, memory, others, each squabbling, competing for limited bandwidth and attention. I can only manage to be aware of one or two of these things at a time, and dimly, if at all, aware of the others. Let's say I can walk, but gum chewing at the same time, or talking, or knowing my emotional state? No. Like that, I can write, compose and play music, voice act, paint at a semi-pro level. But in any given period of my life, I can only actually do one at a time. I mean, as in a 3-month stint, painting. But I can't keep up my writing, playing music, or bread baking for 3 months. So I live with two problems. Losing a skill in the moment, say situational mutism. But also longer cycles. Some skills come, some go, like seasons. Between autism, trauma, and my aging brain, I only have short bursts of creativity and clarity, a sort of involuntary Zen living in the moment. But I have some great moments, more all the time. Sometimes it feels like I can do almost anything. one thing at a time. I just can't predict when. So you shouldn't count on me for much of anything, at least not at any particular moment, and especially if you're that guy